Hello, welcome to Cancer is Not a Death Sentence. My name is Corinne, and this is my beautiful daughter, Ash. We're going to talk about a couple topics about cancer. One is denial, which is something that I just really experienced just recently and didn't even realize that I was in denial as much as I was. And then something else that came as a surprise at the beginning of this conversation, of our conversation. So we're going to bring that in at the end. So I'll just explain what happened. So I was waiting for my morphine. I'm on 3 milligrams of morphine every morning. And I waited till the very last minute to get my prescription. And so the doctor sent it urgent to the prescription people. And it wasn't found, it wasn't being filled. And I just assumed I was going to live all Friday, Saturday, Sunday without any pain medication. That actually put me into a complete tailspin. I was like, what? I don't know how I'm going to be, because the pain before was quite extraordinary. And so the morphine allows me to live my life without pain. And what I realized is that as long as I don't have pain, I don't have to actually buy that I have cancer. Like, I don't actually have to, I can live my life normally, and I can just kind of ignore that cancer is going through my system. And so it was really interesting for me to realize how much denial I was in, and then to kind of go, okay, all right, so you have cancer. But because I have cancer doesn't mean I'm dying. And that was what Ash was wanting to say, is that hypnotic suggestion. So every time we get told, every time we come across somebody who has cancer, everybody I've told who I say I have bone cancer, and they go, oh, I'm so sorry. What? I wouldn't be too sorry. I was kayaking 4 times this month. I go to the gym twice a week. I walk my dog. I live my life. I'm not sick. I work all the time when I want to. So I think we want to talk about that a little bit. Is that right, Ash?
Yeah, that is. Well, because again, like I was just going to say, the definition of hypnosis, again, we're just going to mention some science, is a state of consciousness involving focused attention and reduced peripheral awareness, characterized by an enhanced capacity for response to suggestion. So when you're getting data of cancer supposed to be painful, like you don't have that support, you now are going to suffer. Now it's really becoming real, even though in the moment you're fine, you're hypnotizing yourself and or making that belief that it should be awful, should be difficult, you should not have. And then when you hear of other people going through awful experiences, right? And you're not going through those experiences. I say this to my mom all the time, and tongue in cheek, I love her to the end of the world, but she's the richest poor person I've ever met, as well as the healthiest sick person I've ever met, right? And so it gets to a point, and I understand, and that's like a huge thing, is like the cancer. You tell someone they have cancer, you find out someone else has cancer. It's a hypnotic suggestion that they don't have hair, they're frail, they're weak, they're fighting for their life, and they're going to die. But that's not the suggestion that we want to have. The suggestion we want to have is like, I can survive. I can survive.
I can survive. Yes, that's such a good. Well, you said that to me the first time. I said, that's brilliant. I can survive.
Yes, I read it in a book somewhere. It's not my expression. It's not my statement. It's just somewhere I read. But the point of it is that whenever I am overwhelmed, whenever I am not okay, I go to the books. I go to the books. And so here's the thing, Mom. Hypnotizability. Okay, that's the other definition. So they went on to define, and I want hypnotizability as emotion, thoughts, or an individual's ability to experience suggested alterations in physiology, sensations, emotions, thoughts, and behavior during hypnosis. So if you kept putting the energy that you're healing your body, you're giving yourself what it needs, you're cleaning it out, you're making good choices, you're taking your medicine, you're following the instructions, you are more receptive to your own health, to your own healing. And so, certain other people, so you're not doing anything different in terms of you're not more capable of someone else. You are just allowing that belief in. We see this in our clinical work all the time. We will take the same scripts, the
Yeah.
same therapies, and apply them the same way, and every single person we see will react differently
Sure.
simply because of their experience. And
Yeah.
so, same thing with you. You're taking your experience. Again, you've been here before, and we've been here where in the with the beginning of the year, we would not have the same energy and conversation right now. And that fear, like you have
Yeah.
that fear of pain coming, right? And it's all about how you are interpreting the data around you. And so we know we can take the pain. We know pain is an indicator that our body is working exactly as it's supposed to. And
Sure.
the reason that you help get rid of the pain is so that your body can focus on healing. Because the second that you feel pain, your body is less able to heal. But that's also hypnotic suggestion. But it's also backed by science. Because the truth is, when you have cortisol and adrenaline, that's often coming with the pain.
Yeah.
They're often, and all that other thing, and inflammation. But yeah. And so
For
I just
sure.
like to remind people that you are what you think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I obviously that even that conversation that I had with myself about the denial part, it might not even be denial. It maybe because I've spent so much time on healing my body. Like every morning I wake up, I am healthy, I'm happy, have Pac-Man eating all the different little cancer cells in my body.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I am really focused on, I go to the gym, I do the exercise, I do watch what I eat. Although this last weekend, you'd never know that because I ate donuts. If you're ever on Vancouver Island, I'm going to tell you, you got to go to Coombs and Goats on the Roof and have the donuts there. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Anyway, shout out to them because that was amazing. Anyway, I really appreciate being able to live my life in a more positive way. So then I think about that denial part and go, maybe that's not just denial. Maybe it's like I focus my attention so much on the solution because that is so much my life
Yeah.
that the denial isn't really denial. It really is about I focus my energy on what I can do one day at a time.
So I'm actually going to get you to say you deny the lie, which is you're dying.
I
I
deny the
deny the
lie.
lie.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
deny the
I
lie. And
deny
that's a
the lie.
totally,
I'm
yeah.
not dying. Well,
No,
we're
you're not.
all
And
dying.
we're all dying, you
We're all
guys. We are
dying.
all dying. Like
Yes.
there is no guarantee button today. No one got a sticker says you're guaranteed to live today. There is
You
no
look at Coca-Cola yesterday, there was another accident on the number one and a
look at
casualty.
Florida, look at North
Five.
Carolina.
Yes,
What's
we
happening? Like
were,
I send lots of prayers out. And again, the point of it all. And so here's the thing, Mom. So the other part of this conversation today is, Mom, you are not in denial. You, if you want, you can be in denial in Egypt, okay? Because that's the only denial you're gonna go to, right?
yeah.
But there was a time in your life when you were not even sure back day if you should book a trip for August. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do. I don't know if I'm going to book a trip in August, and I did, and I actually went on my trip. So yeah, I know. I don't know if I'll be able to book a trip in August
And
because I
so,
don't know how I'm going to feel for sure.
and so again, that is not, and so denial is not, it's okay to be scared. Like people
Yeah.
need to recognize, but don't stay in that fear because that fear lowers your vibrations and increases the chance. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that you can just will your way to health. There's a whole lot of factors, there's a whole lot of things. Please don't feel, and those who are watching, please don't think that for a minute that, oh, if we just thought positive, if we just imagine Pac-Man, we should just be fine. No, the reality is, my mom, I watch her, she has so much guilt that she makes it look easy. But it is not easy. I just want to make the record clear. It is not easy. It is scary. It is hard. It is a constant feeling like your own body is attacking you from the inside, and you have to realign that. And here's what I know that I know that I know that I know. When you align your body and your mind and your soul to remove those lower vibrations, you can feel better. You will. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, death is not the enemy.
No,
Living in
that's true statement.
fear is the enemy.
Yes.
And I honestly feel like I have worked with lots of people with cancer and I've seen all types of ways of how it goes and different things. And here's what I know the most. You're here to experience. And it's funny, that is
That is
exactly
awesome.
what we're definitely going to talk about. So, my mom, so there's this book here, this book. I've had this book for a very long time. and it was attached to, I have a file cabinet holder thing up here, and it was underneath. Anyways, I wanted to pull this out because I said, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start a little book and I'm going to take notes for what we talk about. So I'm going to start looking organized so that if you watch them all in an order, we might look like we know what we're doing in a theme to theme, week to week basis. But anywho, that's where my intention was. And then all of a sudden I'm like this, and then I find this card, experiencing. Anyways, this is my mom's book. She did a seminar. It's a women's leadership seminar that she did. And this is, I was going to use this book and I look in and I'm not going to, but she has already claimed this book and written in it. And I said, Mom, do you know what this book is? She goes, that's my book. And I said, oh, and I said, oh, I didn't write in this at all. There's no room because she's got it all full of notes. So I'm going to be giving this back to my mama
Yeah.
when I see her.
That
But
was in
again,
2003, that course I took in California. Yeah.
yes. And this little
Part of
rubber
the
band,
reason I
anyways.
have some of the thought processes I have today is because of that um, process that I went. Although I
No
didn't like it at the
coincidence,
time.
people. I want you to
None.
understand there's
No,
none.
for sure.
And so I'm going to read the experiencing card. Okay. So take a good long look at this card. Okay. This
Yeah,
is
and
the,
it's fall colors too. And it's also a fire card and number 3, which is all about the ascended masters. So really focusing in on the ascended masters that are around you and experiencing your life perfectly. Anyway,
okay. Check this out. The first sentence. Okay. An experience is something that can be filed away in a notebook, captured on film. Because I didn't read this yet until here. Anyways, I did not read. I just all about I live in the moment. Anyways, or captured on film and pasted into an album. Experiencing is the feeling of wonder itself, the thrill of communion, the gentle touch of our connectedness with all that surrounds us. The woman in this card is not just touching this tree, she is in communion with it. She has almost become one with it. It's an old tree and has seen many hard times. Her touch is gentle, reverent, and the white of the inside of her cape reflects the purity of her heart. She is humble, simple, and that is the right way to approach nature. Nature doesn't bang any drums when it bursts forth into flower, nor play any dirges when the trees let go of their leaves in the fall. But when we reproach her in the right spirit, she has many secrets to share. If you haven't heard nature whispering to you lately, now is a good time to give her the opportunity.
yeah. Of course, nature, that's who we are as humans. We
Yeah,
are nature and going into nature. And we think about going into forest, but we don't actually have to go into the forest to be part of nature because we are nature. And
yeah,
so, going into the forest is really important. I'm going to go there this afternoon for sure. And it really, the trees, the tall ones, they're always to support us. And when we actually support the trees and mother nature sends that energy back to you too. So that's the wonderful thing. And it's not just me that says that, it's testable. Like you can go, it's a testable thing. So you don't
yeah,
have to um it's not a woo-woo thing. It really is a testable thing. You can actually
yeah.
go and feel much better. Somebody said, I listened to a podcast the other day and they said, go outside in your bare feet. I do that every day.
Yeah.
Seriously, I go and water. Water is healing. I love the water. I always near the water. So it
Yeah.
is about going into nature and allowing nature to heal you. And the other part too is one day at a time. I was thinking about that today. It's like, again, focusing on one day at a time. Like today is what we got. And so, what am I going to do today that I absolutely love? What am I going to do that I love?
Yeah.
I've worked today. I love my work. I'm so excited that I get to do my work. And I have great clients. It's funny how my clients are amazing. I just love that. Love the fact that I have that ability to have amazing people around me all the time. And Ashley, like having you around is amazing too.
That's right. It's all me, everyone. Thanks for shouting at me. No,
And
but
then
no, but it's
tomorrow,
true. It's part of it.
Here's your dad yesterday this morning. He says, okay, so we have to go shopping tomorrow because Thanksgiving is next week.
Yeah, and we're all
He says-
coming.
and
Yeah, we're
he
all
says, so
coming.
we have to make sure the house is stocked. And I
Oh,
said,
that's awesome. You guys are adorable. Your house is stocked now, but I love it. But yeah, my 6'3" kid's coming. Yep, he is.
yeah,
And he's like, it's Thanksgiving. So it
yes,
is.
it's
But
it's
yeah.
great. It is.
Mhm.
I'm so looking forward to that too. Yes. So
Yeah.
anyway, one day at a time.
It is one day at a time. And here's the thing, that is the whole point. If you can love what you cherish every single day, you never have a wasted day. If you
It's
can
true.
cherish the things you love every single day. And
So
the thing is, like if we fought, imagine if we fought to come back just to experience life again.
we do. That's why we have so many lives.
I
We
know.
come back and we experience different things. And like
Yeah.
to say that this life is an accident or a mistake. No, nothing in this lifetime is a mistake or an accident. It's all happened by design and you designed it. And that's the
Yeah.
wonderful thing. You know, the Christians will say that God designed our life to experience it for him. But where is God? And that's, I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I often thought about that. It's like, isn't that interesting? So
Well, you know where what ego stands for, right?
Edge got out.
And spirit is we're all connected.
We are
So
all connected.
the
Yeah.
ego wants to separate and the
Yes.
spirit wants to connect.
Yes.
That's why I'll say the secret to foundation. Okay, I'll tell you what, the secret to youth, the secret to life is have a really good, strong inner circle.
Yeah.
Have community, have connections. If you don't have community or connections, be your best friend. Start there. Because if the inside of you is toxic, guess what? You ain't gonna have nothing good to give out or to receive because the inside is the subcon like your body is always sorting out your subconscious. How I know this last week, I've been in my own head and my own stuff, and I still get migraines. I still stress puke. I even though I know how to release all the things, do all the things, I'm still a human. I still have
Yeah.
ego. I still have learning. I still have growth. And what I love about it is that what I love most about that is not once did I ever perform perfect. And so anytime I do things really well, you and I are both surprised. Really good. I'm like, wow,
Here is just
celebrating.
one
Yeah.
other thing too that really I was in my meditation this morning just came through is that when I look at my children, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Oh,
I am proud of them because they chose to live this life with me,
yeah.
not because of what they do, because what they do is whatever it is. But I am just proud of them, and I want to be their cheerleader and their you're amazing person because of who you are,
Yeah.
not because of what you do.
Yeah.
Because what you do, we so much always often we equate amazing with what we do, and it isn't about that. It's about who they are. And I am so grateful to have three amazing children and six amazing grandchildren that I get to share this life. And even though we're 3 hours apart, it doesn't really matter. We're talking all the time anyway. And
Yep.
really, we would still be doing the same thing, even if we were, anyway, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's
just
true.
grateful to have, um, my three children who chose to live this life and to support me and my husband, their dad, in this lifetime, just
Yeah.
because of who they are. That's who I'm
Yeah.
proud of them. So, you know what, as parents, that's something that you might just want to say to your kids. You know what? I'm proud of you just because of you, not because of
Yeah.
anything, not anything
Yeah.
you've done. It's or anything you haven't done or the mistakes you've made or the different things. You know what? I think the more mistakes we make, the more we experience our life. Because my life definitely has not been perfect. That is for sure. And yet,
That's why it's beautiful. Like broken glass. Like, so the meditation on Monday night. So if y'all don't come to the meditation night, so we have two different ways you could travel. You could go with Ash Air or with Korean's Train Express, right? With because so it's so funny. Like, please fasten your seatbelts as we take this journey. But last week was or this last Monday was about we were on with dragons and how we use the dragons wanted to give a trinket, and they were using our energy and their energy just like they would a diamond. And so to take this coal and to just mold it into
Yeah.
things, and how it started to shimmer, and I just kept seeing like this beautiful, your energy, your soul energy, and like this kind of the like the ember, right? And it was just this beautiful. That's what I saw. Many saw different, and I just thought to myself, you could have had an easy life and been an ugly piece of coal, or you could be this incredible, radiant, beautiful gem that's endured incredible pressure, incredible circumstances. But because of that, it became beautiful. And I'm not saying you need to have a lot of bad stuff happen to be beautiful. That's not the point. And if you heard that, get out of here. You're not my people. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm just going to be honest, because I'm tired of people just taking what I say to spin it to feed their BS. And here's the thing, if you want to take things to spin it to feed your BS, just remember, if you over fertilize, you get mushrooms. Okay? You don't get flowers.
Mushrooms
You get
are
nuts.
good.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you want sunflowers, don't over fertilize because
Yeah,
you'll get
there you go.
mushrooms. And there you go. There's some science for you. So
There you
don't
go.
feed with
That's
BS because
awesome.
you get fungus, and there's no fungi in there, okay?
There you
Just but
go.
and again, but anyways, I digress. But the point of the message is when you realize what you are going through, what you experience is not meant to punish you, but is meant to help you break through, experience, and go through and shift. Like I said to mom today, I said, if you knew you were going to survive cancer 5 times, knock on wood, I'm not trying to create that for you. But if I said to you, you had to go through it 5 times, would you?
Well, sure, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I
Welcome
don't
to the
have to do it five
reality of
times. But
what,
well, according to them, I never get rid of it right now. But anyway, that's all good.
what would be worse? So welcome to the other conversation of that. Welcome. So what would be worse? Living with it the rest of your life, or getting better and then getting bad 5 times or 3 more times now?
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
Choices. It's all how
So
you
it all
frame
is
it.
about
All how
choices.
you frame
Yeah,
it. It is.
for
It's all
sure.
how you frame it.
Yeah. And yeah, and the survivor guilt. Um, yeah, that is the thing too. We're gonna talk about that next week because I think that's a subject all in
Okay,
itself.
I'm writing that on a sticky note. Next week,
Survivor
survivor
guilt.
guilt.
And how come
Okay.
I get to have this type of cancer? And I know people that are in the hospital fighting for their life for the same thing. And it's like, however it is your experience. So yes, we're going to talk about survivor guilt in anything, not just in cancer, but in everything, because sometimes the ego wants to keep you separate, right? Anyway, so just to give you a heads up, we are having meditation class on every Monday night at 7 o'clock. It's called the Sacred Nest meditation class. It's a smaller group, meaning we have 12 to 15 people there right now. And it is, you get a card reading, we have a conversation, and then we do the meditation, and the meditation is different every week. So if you want more information, just put in the chat box down there that you want to have some information. We'll get it to you for sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty grateful. I've been doing that class since 2004, and that's a long time. That's 20
it
years.
is a long, very long
It's
time.
20 years. So that's pretty
No.
awesome. We used to do it live. We now do it online so that everybody can come. Costs $25, so that's Canadian. So anyway, pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited to be able to do that class. And Ash also does the class with me. So she's a little bit funny. So I have the seriousness
Yeah,
of me and the humor of her, and it makes a great combination. So anyway,
yeah.
thank you so much for listening. I hope you got some insight into this, into more of the cancer
It's not a death
situation.
sentence,
And it
because
is
it's
the death
not a
sentence.
death sentence. Living is a death sentence, okay? But it's not cancer.
Yeah, no,
Cancer is one way to go, but it's not the only way, and you can still choose.
yeah, you can choose how you're going to go through it. That's for sure. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.